How you guys doing? Oh, it is Monday. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome back. It's Adamcast IRL. And as much as I want to say welcome back to you, there's someone I need to welcome back even more so. Andreas, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Adam.
It's good to see you again. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty
good?
superstar, actually.
You are a superstar.
You know, being a role model makes you a superstar.
Well, thank you.
But I think I'll be honest, I was way nervous, but I was talking to your Discord people. And they made me
shout out to my Discord people.
Shout
my
out,
Discord
guys.
people are awesome.
Dude, they're so great. And they made me feel like a lot less like it was they made me feel more family feel.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I'm actually kind of excited.
Awesome.
And I brought like some things.
You got some things this time.
Including like laser cuts from pictures from members of your Discord.
Is that Ian?
Ian, you want
Free
to
the
show
code? Yeah, check us out. This is
Halls and the Kids.
Halls and the Kids. She is a talented artist.
I mean, really?
I actually don't know. I think is it.
I thought it was a she.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm not even sure.
I didn't mean to assume gender. I just.
I thought maybe. Anyway, it doesn't
they have
matter.
Really good organ.
Human being, incredible artist. Look at this. This is incredible.
I mean, really amazing.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna pull out that what is that? The walrus picture because it's so worth
we were just
it.
Talking
It's
about
so
this
fantastic.
So synchronicity.
Yeah.
So,
What else? What else you got? Show us.
I mean,
what you got.
there's just so many.
Well,
Did you see Tim as Vladimir Lenin?
Oh my gosh! What is
I
this?
think that's kind of a.
Well, is there more details? Look at this. This is Tim as Lenin.
I mean, do there need to be more details?
Or is it just Tim? I mean,
that's a great question.
What is the what's the difference here? I'm not really.
This is me as Stalin.
Okay, and there's you as Stalin.
So
nice.
This is how we defeat this.
This is a great show. This is a great start. I love it. I was not being sarcastic at all. I'm dead serious. This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, and you know what? I got these socks here.
Yeah.
Someone sent me these great socks.
Dude, I mean, they gave you socks and they gave. I'm not even
wearing. I'm gonna put these on right now because my feet are kind of cold.
It came with a ring and socks.
So thank you. Oh, these are great. Yeah, nice.
Are they comfy?
You know, I got some exciting space news.
Oh yeah.
So, I got this email over here, right? And I don't know. I've actually talked about this. Have you heard of the Dear Moon Project?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So there's a millionaire.
The Japanese
millionaire.
So
yes.
Sorry.
Yasuko Miyazaki. I
didn't mean to be coy.
I don't know. I don't know his name right off the bat, but I am in round 2.
No.
Of the picking.
They're gonna abduct you.
They're picking 8 people to go with him around the moon.
Yeah.
In 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, that would be.
And I've just reached step 2.
That you would be a perfect person for that. Actually, I can totally see that now. Wow.
Yeah. So it's interesting because someone might have called this. In chat, I was talking about this, and there was a chance to go into space with Inspiration 4, which is something that I was waiting. I was like, I don't know if I got it. And they were like, you're not going to get that one, but you are going to get the one that brings you around the moon.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And today, like, no joke, my heart like raced a little bit. I was like, I got this like flutter of excitement just at the prospect of going around the moon and then coming back and seeing the Earth again from the moon, getting an Earthrise. Like that's actually a thing. There's a picture that's relatively famous. You know Earthrise, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful picture, and it's from the moon.
It's the globalism ideology right there. I mean,
Earthrise?
Yeah, because if no one had seen that, how would we have really looked at everything as one the way we do? I mean, everyone looks at Earth and they're like, this is one thing, right? They didn't used to really think that way. It was more like, this is mine and this is your land.
I don't think people. I think there's a problem here too, because you say globalism, right?
Yeah.
And half the people think elites trying to control and run everything.
Totally.
And the other half are like, well, we're all human.
Yeah, well, that's the funny.
And that's the vibe I'm liking.
There doesn't have to be good or bad, but there actually. There is good and bad about everything.
Yeah.
And so every term is going to be, and that's the funny thing about any of these like negative concepts. Like, we want to stop this conspiracy. Well, how are you going to do it? Well, we're going to get together and talk and make a plan, and we're going to
spread our own conspiracy. What are these? What do you got there?
The rainbow ones?
Yeah.
What are these? These rainbow glasses.
These
man.
are cool. Oh, is this your business card?
This is my contacting.
Now this is how you make a business card. Look at this.
All my life, I wanted to give away firework glasses.
Whoa!
That had my face.
Look up at the lights here.
And maps of Tartaria.
Dude,
and indeed,
look at the studio lights.
You might need to put one of these on a lens of your camera to show the audience somehow.
I wonder if I can do this. Here, wait.
In Tron, they use this on lenses to make rainbows. Yeah, there you go. If you could see me the way I see you for a second.
Hold on.
There it is. Yeah. Can you see the rainbows?
They can kind of see the lights a little bit.
Here, I'll make more light if you just shine light.
Yeah.
There. That makes
there you go. Hold on.
You see that? It's not even enough.
It's not that bright. No.
All right. Well.
Anyway. Check this out too.
It's pretty great.
I pulled up the walrus. Look at this.
Do you guys see this?
This is so classic.
This is like the Last Supper.
And it's kind of sad though. It pains the heart a little bit because this was the magic that me and Tim brought together.
Well, it's still magic. It's just I think the magic
it's still magic, but it's not together anymore.
Prolonging the magic, I think, is Cake's second album. You need a little bit of that.
There it is. Yeah. I like that. I would love to write a second album with that guy. Anyway, where are we at? Welcome to the show. Now that we've kind of established a fun little base, we're going to be talking about a few things. The mainstream media, who knew? It lies. Did you know this?
Fake news?
Indeed.
That was kind of my whole life.
Fake news. Not only do they lie, they change their story to be the exact opposite of what they're talking about. That's just kind of the way they roll.
Semantics.
And then we're going to talk about some sea slugs.
Oh, like
I don't know if you know about this.
I studied marine biology. Which kind of sea slugs?
It's one that cuts its own head off when it realizes its pee-pee's got a disease.
I thought you were going there.
It's,
okay, cool. I'm ready.
Interesting story. Very hilarious. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about Aztec gods.
Oh, yes.
What you know about Aztec gods? You know anything?
I mean, you look like one. But
I do?
Well, so that's their whole thing. Is except if you wore more silver like I did last time. But
okay.
Basically,
I mean, it's funny because I actually wear silver.
Yeah.
I got my silver rings that I actually made myself. That I've made all of these rings except this one.
Nice.
I've made myself. I like silver a lot.
Yeah.
Does that so I'm some sort of Aztec god. You heard it here, folks.
Silver is important.
Andreas has officially informed me I'm an Aztec god. No.
Well, they do have prophecies that dudes like you would show up at some point about the same time that German Spaniard conquistadors did. Huh. So a lot of the time they thought that the conquistadors, when they first arrived in silver jumpsuits, they thought they were the gods. But if you look at...
Turns out my family was actually enslaved back when Germania was a thing.
Slave and Slav, right? So I'm a Slav. So
indeed.
I'm here for you.
So we're together there.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
You're a Slav.
Cheers, mate. Cheers on our being... slaves back in the day. Yay. Whatever. I'm not a victim.
Britons.
No, but check this out. The story about the Aztec gods. This is not a joke. I'm dead serious. California is trying to pass a law to make people worship Aztec gods. Kids. Excuse me. Kids in school worship Aztec gods.
Can we elaborate on the definition of how they want to worship?
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Because I did have to. And to be fair, grew up in California and Agenda 21 pilot programs. I don't know if you know
what's that.
Have you guys ever heard of Agenda 21? Agenda 21 is this program for changing the world from the Geneva Rio Summit of the United Nations. They had this plan for agenda for the 21st century.
Oh goodness, what?
And so what it is to turn everywhere into California, kind of, but not all of California. Specifically, the parts where I'm from, like Santa Cruz.
Sounds terrible.
And Santa Cruz is a very progressive, is the definition of the place. And we had transgendered teachers and Wiccan advocates and Satanist daycares. I was in the ground zero, first generation of that kind of thing.
So wait, you went to a Satanist daycare time?
Yeah, totally. And
seriously?
Yeah, totally.
What does that entail? I don't even know what that means.
Beach cleanups, and advocacy.
That's what they would do?
They're anti-bullying, and they make it themselves seem like really nice people. They say they're anti-drugs, they're anti-breaking laws.
Yeah.
So basically what they're doing is they're advocating for this position to seem really, socially acceptable. And there's, I guess it's good because a lot of people assume if you're not a straight-laced Christian white male in the 50s, then you were bad. So it's good to be able to see that other people are different ways.
Yeah.
But also, now you see somebody who looks let's say your kid's kidnapped, and you're trying to figure out who kidnapped your kid.
Yeah.
Now it's way more hard to tell, I guess,
Yeah,
because you're that guy's, oh, he's a banker, but he, that guy, oh, he's a programmer, even though he has a skull in his necklace and he's all these things, it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But did it ever? Because a lot of really straight-laced, nice-looking people were kidnapping kids in the first place.
American Psycho.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not fully saying that we should go.
I'm just gonna say, I'm glad you made it out of there, man.
God, I mean, the silicone curtain was rough, man.
Good for you. Good for
Thank
you. I'm
you.
glad you made it out with all your cool cards. And,
We had to laser these outside once we got out of the gulag.
it's kind of cool that
Yeah.
you made all of these cards.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of fun
Suppression
with a laser
Dude,
beam.
and it's like a tiny laser too.
And you're getting more lasers up there too.
Yeah,
I
we
saw.
just got another one. It's
It's
cool.
like a 3D printing laser. Well,
It-
not 3D printing, obviously. It's 2D, but
Yeah.
it's a laser that's on the
Well,
same kind
if
of
you think about
grid
it,
system.
because of the way that it burns into a surface, you are doing stereolithography.
Good point. That's
So-
true. Yeah, because it's different amounts of burn to
Yeah.
create the different images.
We've done mostly because these are just like, this is like
I
100.
see these look like they're the same card here.
A card stock is like 100 microns. Yeah, and I use
So
different
this
kinds
one's
of.
two burnt.
So one of them exactly. So you can see the difference between pixelated
Just let you
vector,
guys see what I'm looking at here.
pixel and vector.
Same one,
So vectorizing a photograph,
but different.
right? And also you go deeper. So we used cardboard and actually cut into cardboard to make like levels. Which
Actually,
is cool.
this is my favorite here. I got my own that I
Yeah, I was like
keep
scared.
I keep it at my desk.
Aw, that's where that
It's
went.
my favorite for obvious reasons.
Nice.
I took this picture. This is Nishra.
Oh, you took that one originally.
I took this picture. Yeah,
That's-
it's Nishra in front of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah. That's
You
why I picked
can't
it.
really see it, but
I was like, I've been there.
it's one of my favorites ever because she's beautiful.
Yeah, it's sad what they did to Notre Dame, man.
I know it is. You know, they're actually rebuilding it, and
Glass roof.
they found, I think, like 90 different huge oak trees that are like 300 years old, and they're cutting them all down to
They were
rebuild.
gonna do it. Well,
Yeah.
I'm kind of for it because they were gonna do a glass roof, and
Okay.
they were going toward. I mean, like I'm all about saving trees, but at the same time, if you're gonna build like a sustainable 1,000-year cathedral,
Yeah.
you can use a tree. And it'd be really weird. What they were planning on doing was like, we're going to step away from Christianity because this is just a museum, and we're going to make this like, and it was like, okay,
Is it though? I've been in in Notre Dame, and they were using it as a church.
Right,
They were
well,
worshiping when I walked in.
Well, so that was a thing that like I kind of, Royal Rife? Do you know who that is?
No, what's that?
So there's a guy in America in the 50s, 40s, 50s who believes sound healing was a really big thing.
Okay.
And it's
I
really
think it's a big thing.
sonication
Yeah.
is very important for
That's
radioamine therapy.
dude. Ancient Egyptians. That's
Yeah,
what they
but
believed
That's
in.
what
man.
we do at Stanford. If we want to,
Cool.
like, let's say you get some calcium deposits in your urethra. Pardon me, but like that's like what they do to
Yeah,
clean it
like
out.
gallstones or something like
gallstones.
right.
They'll
and
use
that-
sonication, sound and micro
to break it up.
Yeah. So sound is really essential for all sorts of things. They're using it for tumor treatments now. And
Music.
it's-
Music
it's-
makes the world go
it's-
round.
It's certain kinds of frequencies
Yep.
that are certain musical. What's that called?
Oh, that's what music is, right?
The aphagio tones. There's a scale.
Okay. Okay.
Like 777 and 42, and the human frequencies, like the
Cool.
those are very useful for healing. So Royal Rife was a guy who found out that the churches that have these giant organs, those organs make specific sounds that
Yeah.
actually kept people from getting sick. And
Cool.
so a lot of people would,
Well, most churches are designed to help the music. I mean, they're amazing
Right.
music
totally.
halls. So
The cathedrals are,
Yeah.
and they're designed actually because they believe that the music would be like a healing agent, which is amazing.
Oh, I didn't realize I was the one with the camera. What a shame. You guys were missing his.
It's all right.
incredible-
He's handsome. Don't
Yeah,
you
well,
worry
thank you,
about
thank
it.
you. Well,
And
they
his
just-
reactions are really good. So
Well, right on. I try to be engaging. Let's get into these subjects, though. I want to talk about this interesting stuff that's going on. So,
Yeah.
first and foremost, I got to show some hypocrisy. Let me bring this bigger so you can see. I don't have a screen for you, but now you can see this. Check this out. So, this is a post from Carl Higbee. Keep in mind, these are the same experts, this is a quote from him, doing these studies are the same people telling you masks work, get the vaccine, and your kids can't go back to school. 1 egg a day lowers your type 2 diabetes. Controversial study says it promotes fatty acids that protect you from the disease. And also from the same Daily Mail, eating just 1 egg a day increases your risk of diabetes by 60%. Wait a minute. One's from January 2019, one's from November 2020. So
Right.
they're literally the exact same subject, night and day.
Well, yeah, but it's about.
I
Like,
mean-
have you checked like commodities markets and seen what eggs are at?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
We got to sell more eggs. Oh, we should sell less eggs.
Yeah.
Let's influence the media. Now, I posted this, and the comments are essentially that. They're like, look at, I mean, and they're right. I looked into it, and it's funny that that's what you said, because that is exactly it. They push this. They don't want to push that. So they tell everyone this is bad. Oh, actually, new study says this is good. And they sell what needs to be sold. Totally. It's all about the money.
The best thing you could possibly do is start you should start accusing other coffee companies of like misconduct. And
my gosh!
Like make it really expensive.
No, because that would be stooping down to their level.
True.
And I'm not about that.
You know the coconut
My
water?
coffee company is delicious on its own right. I don't need to compare. Have you tried my coffee?
I was scared, but yeah, I did.
He was scared, but then he did, and then
my gut didn't hurt. I'll admit. I was scared it was gonna hurt. I thought it was gonna, but it didn't.
Does coffee normally make your gut hurt?
Yeah, I used to drink so much coffee.
Oh, okay.
That, like I have like coffee trauma.
Oh, okay.
About even like my gut, yeah. But like,
I mean,
it was smooth.
Did you have water before you had
I constantly
did you eat
have
food?
water and food now.
If you only drink coffee,
that's what happened. Yeah,
everything in moderation. I don't
and you
suggest
get like stomach acids. There's a lot of things you have to worry about in terms of health in general. But yeah, the coconut water thing, you saw about that, right?
No,
Costco. Okay, so
they said it was bad or something.
There's a company that was making coconut water, and they were having like price wars at Costco.
Okay.
And so one of the companies couldn't lower their price anymore, and so finally they were like, let's get some dirt on this other company. Right. And so what could you find out about a coconut water company? This is the same thing they did in Nutella, but I'll go into that afterwards, actually. Coconut water, what they found out was this company was giving bananas and fruit to monkeys to go pick coconuts. And they're like, this is monkey slavery. So,
oh my gosh!
So the monkeys were,
but the monkeys wouldn't want to get paid. They would want food.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's the only thing they really care about. So technically, they were getting paid pretty good.
I don't know if they were Marxist monkeys. All I know is they were definitely not getting paid, but they were getting food and
money. So, monkeys don't care about money. They want food.
What about education for the younger monkeys? What about? I mean, there's probably like a health
there's a line we just don't cross.
Yeah, and it makes you also worry about like if you got maybe you do have, this is like Malaysia, maybe you do have unionizing Malaysian Marxists and all kinds of people that are advocating for humans, and they're like, we could just hire monkeys. You know what I mean? Like, and as soon as they say that, they're like, so
just hire monkeys.
So everyone made a big stink about it, and Costco had to like cut that company, and now they're like, we don't use monkeys anymore.
Oh my gosh! Wait, Costco was using the monkeys.
No, think about it. Well, they had a company that was getting the coconut water cheaper because they have monkeys
for the Kirkland brand or whatever.
But the monkey slavery thing, it's like now if you get the monkeys away from the job, I mean, this is what they know. This is what their families do.
Well, now they're starving monkeys.
They're starving.
Thanks
monkeys.
a lot, Costco.
So I mean, when I don't know, this is how I think.
Wait, are we talking? We're talking about fake news. You know what?
Real. That
was fake news though. Because it wasn't fake news. It was them actually reporting on some Costco BS.
Yeah, it was exaggeratory, but it's literally there were monkeys involved.
So it's real news.
Yeah.
But it's just terrible.
That's usually how news goes.
Goodness sakes. I mean, I don't know if you know about the Washington Post article that they did a hit piece on me.
What?
They are saying, the viewers of my show, that's right, viewers of my show, I'm making extremists because I use my show to talk about
vegetarianism,
and my show only blew up because of voter fraud and anti-masking.
I would resent that.
And it's like, because I had all my viewers before the election.
Yeah, you've been blacklisted more and more since then.
Probably. I mean, I don't know if that's
not quite
official,
the word,
but they call it shadow banned or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe. I certainly do talk about the things they don't like to hear about. Yeah. And then they were talking about how that I used all of my time to talk about how wearing masks is against freedoms. And I'm like, I talk about it maybe once a month.
Right.
But like, I talk about science stuff and, weird snails that get their heads cut off. It's very cool segment we're going to get into. But
so your crime is that every once in a while you talk about something other than snails. My crime is that I almost always talk about science and snails. And so like the mainstream are telling you to fit in and conform more. Flat earthers are telling me that I need to toe the line. I'm getting these like nut kind of
check yourself, man.
I get these things like this guy today from India. He's like, how dare you? You're in the Illuminati and you're hiding the truth from people. And I'm like, okay, obviously, but like,
no, you were telling me about this.
But which
please continue.
But which truth that I'm hiding are you referring to? And he's like, well, that Alex Jones bit. And I'm like, that they're Bill Hicks. I've been telling him to tell people he's Bill Hicks. Like, I think Alex should like do stand up. He could reclaim Bill Hicks' career. He's like, no, that's the cover. That Alexa Jones is a transgendered female to male. And you know it, and you're hiding it.
So there's some sort of a conspiracy,
apparently,
that's saying Alex Jones was
Alexa Jones.
is originally Alexa Jones.
I don't know if it was originally Alexa, but yeah, there's a female to male.
That he's gone from female to male. But then he made that joke just recently on this, I don't remember what podcast he was on, that he was
That's
actually...
Snazzy Dressers one, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And then he was like, actually, I cut everything off, and I now identify as a female. So is he going back?
God only hope so. I mean, but like that's the thing is like with Alex, you could.
Do you believe this?
I believe that he would talk about that if we talked to him about it. And
no, that's not what I asked you.
Oh, do I think he's actually? Well, come on. Then that's gonna make a bunch of people sad because they want me to believe that everything is crazy. Is real.
Whatever. People out there are gonna get upset and sad no matter what you say.
The truth is so
I'm talking
abstract.
about what you believe right now. What do you believe?
Okay, so the other thing is I'm from a place where that doesn't matter. It's like if you're from California, like transgendered people from elementary school, like everybody, we're okay with it. Basically, it's bombarded into us. So it must be different for a guy in India. Like it probably really he wants to stone him to death or something.
Okay.
So I don't have the same way of even being able to look at it. But like for me, it'd be like, okay, if this dude is taking steroids to be a woman, or if this woman is taking steroids to be a man,
you're avoiding the question.
Do I really believe?
Do you believe Alex Jones was originally a woman? Go.
Thumbelina Hicks.
Is that a yes?
No, I don't.
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
don't.
I want to.
Thank you.
I want
Thank
to
you.
believe.
All right. Next
to.
conversation.
I don't.
Okay, check this out. Washington Post. All right, I'm on to you, Washington Post. I know your BS. All right, check this out. This is actually really damning. Excuse my language, but I had to say it because this is bad. Washington Post concedes it misquoted Trump's call with Georgia official.
Finally.
So, do you know about this?
I mean, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was no joke. This is the only thing the news
crux.
cycle talked about for like 2 weeks straight. Trump said you find these votes and you make sure you find these illegal votes, and it's like he never said that. And then we found the phone call, and I listened to the full phone call, and it wasn't like that. Well, Washington Post was at the forefront of this, and they finally retracted their story. Man, fake news, man. I can't stand it.
I don't like their logo either. It's a WP in white. It looks really racist.
Democracy dies in darkness.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to swear right now. I want to swear at you, Washington Post. I want to say some words, but I'm not going to. All right, because we're a family-friendly show here. You know, we try not to swear. Try, because sometimes it slips out. You know, whatever, it happens. Such is life. But man, Washington Post, you caused so much problems because of this story for a lot of people out there.
The whole Associated Press.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there's obviously a concerted effort. I think
Definitely.
we all see that.
Yeah.
But it's just sad to like how long they were able to prolong, again, like prolonging the magic. Like now, if you can wait a few months to tell somebody the truth, the damage is done.
That's what this is.
Yeah, and
so the damage is done.
We're gonna see this is gonna be really interesting when people start to say, okay, yeah, Trump won, but we didn't let it happen because it was wrong.
Well, they fortified the election. The New York Times article straight up said there was the shadow cabal that have now come out and admitted that they changed laws, they skirted the rules because they needed to fortify the election to make sure Donald Trump didn't win.
Yeah.
But
which just goes to show you how dangerous democracy is.
That's what a lot of us have been saying for months, but now you're admitting it, but it's not cheating, it's fortifying the election. Anyway, let me read this story. Check this out. So the controversial December phone call between then-President Donald Trump and a top Georgia official was initially misquoted by the Washington Post, then widely disseminated before the release of the call's audio last week prompted a major mea culpa. Audio of the approximately 6-minute call between Trump and Francis Watson, the chief investigator of the Georgia Secretary of State's office, was published by the Wall Street Journal on March 11th and shows Trump never told anyone on the call to find the fraud, as was reported at the time. In the recording of the December 23rd call, Trump told Watson she had the most important job in the country at the time and urged her investigators to review signatures going back several years, according to the recording, the Journal reported. When her audit was focused on Cobb County, he said she should look at Fulton County, the state's most populous county that includes most of Atlanta. If you can get to Fulton, you are going to find things that are going to be unbelievable, Trump said, the recording showed. Later on March 11th, the Post, above its report about the newly released audio, added a correction for its original story. The recording revealed that the Post misquoted Trump's comments on that call based on information provided by a source. A source, by the way, that they had at the time. That article came out, and I mean, I'm on the internet. I was able to listen to the entire phone call, and I did. I was like, okay, there was nothing, none of this is true. And I reported on it at the time. I'm like, look, this is BS. Washington Post is fake news. And a lot of people, most people that follow me are like, yep, yes, they are. And then, of course, you know, leftist Twitter, they'll find you and be like, oh, this guy is spouting fake news, claiming this stuff is fake, when lo and behold, they've come out and admitted it themselves that it's fake. Yeah, my show doesn't breed extremism. I'm actually very much against violence. I don't want people to be violent. I think once you go violent, you lose your message, and that's something that I talk about all the time. The people that watch my show know this. I don't want people to be extreme. I want to bring people together. That's what we need. We need to bring people together and not letting these elites up there divide and conquer, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to get us to be angry at each other, because then you get emotional and then you get complacent to their rules and their ruling. And that's what we need to avoid. So, yeah, I'm just going to say this. F you, WAPO. All right? That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I would love to fully bluntly say that, but I'm not going to for the young kids that watch my show.
First time I saw Washington Post's logo, I thought it was a white power hate like symbol.
Oh my god.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Let me hold on. Let me pull up a Washington Post article.
I'm terrified by that symbol. It's like they use this weird Nazi font and everything. Like that whole thing is just the dark. I don't trust them.
I mean,
the WP. No, like on their like Twitter and everything else, it's just a WP.
Okay.
And it just looked real shady.
Yeah, WP for white power.
No, for Washington Post. Apparently.
I know, but maybe though.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know, man.
It's seriously the only people I see spouting white power stuff are these far leftists.
Well, it makes a lot of sense because they believe it. They are,
I know they do. That's my point.
They think
they really do believe it.
Well, they think that they are better than other people, and they know more than other people, and that they're supposed to help other people because they have this not just privilege, an obligation, because they are the superior being. So
they certainly spout that all the time.
Yeah.
It's rather embarrassing if you're standing back and looking at it and you're like, yo, you guys realize you're being racist, right? Yeah. No, we're fighting racism with racism. It's like, that doesn't work.
Fight fire with fire.
What? You're creating more racists. You guys are crazy. These fake news, man.
Well, it's kind of like the gender thing, creating more genders too. It's like, why make it more complicated? Like, it's already hard enough being a kid in school. You know,
True.
Just like let people exist a little bit. And like, I think that's like the thing, is just appreciating the like you said, there's like intersectional division we're creating. I think there's a feminist term that was very important in school, curiarchy. Curiarchy.
What is that?
Is the oppression through oppression of individual intersectional oppression. So what that means is, in this situation, there's two of us, right? So you're united in being two, but we're different because you have glasses, right?
Okay.
So like, and we keep breaking it down. You could have 100.
Are you oppressing me because I have glasses and you don't?
It's like you can. Like,
are you judging? Is that judgment? I hear.
That's the idea. You keep breaking people down.
If I had pearls, I'd be clutching them right now.
Yeah, but if your pearls might be a different color than mine,
so
I wouldn't be clutching pearls with you. Curiarchy.
I have an instant headache right now. Like I have a headache, and yeah. So anyway, let's get into the sea slug, because this is fantastic. All right, so I want to. This is a really random thing that Nisha actually found. This is pretty incredible. Check this out. Nice. A sea slug a detached head can crawl around and grow a whole new body.
Mm-hmm. They're amazing.
This is insane. Now, you said you were all into biology and marine biology.
In school, they made me study this because I didn't take my final in chemistry, so they made me take marine biology to pass. But It was really great. Yeah, it was really cool.
Have you heard of this slug before?
Totally. Yeah.
You have?
So there's different kinds of sea slugs that can, like, essentially, as long as they don't have like major bone reconstruction to do.
Yeah.
Like that's the main problem. But if they have enough of their brainstem, then yeah.
Well, let's check it out. Let's read about it. Let's see. All right. Of course, they have to do some funny little. Losing your body from the neck down can be just another one of life's annoying but temporary setbacks, at least for two kinds of rippling, green-tinged sea slugs.
Aw.
Let's see. Heads of young Elysia SF or CF marginata sea slugs can pull themselves free from their bodies and just keep crawling around while growing a new body. Report ecologists at Nara Women's University in Japan. Within a few hours, some separated heads start nibbling on algae again. Sayaka Maito and Yoshi Yusa report March 8th in Current Biology. And within about 20 days, a third of the young sea slugs they watched had grown their bodies back, heart and all. That's crazy. That's the first time anyone has reported such dramatic whole-body regeneration in any sea slug, as far as we know, Yusa says. Other creatures can regenerate too. In one sense, planarians, the little cross-eyed flatworms that biology students mince up to study regeneration, are better, Yusa says. They can regenerate the whole body from multiple cut pieces, yet their body plan is simpler, and they don't have hearts. A group of tube-like sea squirts called ascidians might be considered the most complex and whole-body regenerators. Yet ascidians also lack a heart. The vertebrate regenerators, like salamanders regrowing a tail left in the jaws of a predator, don't regrow a whole body from a severed head. Maito first noticed the sea slug's extreme regeneration by chance in some Elysia slugs in the lab. We were really surprised to see the head crawling again. Just which Elysia species can turn into crawling heads isn't clear yet. Marine biologist Sonia Cruz at the University of Aveiro in Portugal works with two other Elysia species, but hasn't seen anything like it. She does caution, though, that she hasn't done systemic tests. And I think this is a video on it. Let's keep reading, and then maybe we'll play that while we chat about it. The head of the sea slug can take several hours to rip itself loose from its body, so Maito and Yusa doubt that the deheading helps when predators attack. Instead, a detachable body could give the sea slug a drastic but effective way of dealing with parasites. In a batch of wild-caught E. atroviridis sea slugs, the few that detached their bodies were parasitized by copepods. So were those that just lost pieces of their body, some of which also regrew. On close inspection, the researchers found that sea slugs have a slight groove looped on the back of the head region that seems to work as a break here zone. The bodies left behind can move on their own for days or even months. An abandoned body, however, doesn't regrow its head. The leaf-shaped remnant instead turns pale and weak and eventually dies. What might help Elysia slugs manage such extreme regrowth is their ability to steal the tiny green sunlight trapping energy factories called chloroplasts from plants. The researchers muse, very young slugs don't have any chloroplasts, but they need to pierce the cell walls of sea algae and sip the contents, Yusa says. The grazing slugs can keep the chloroplasts alive for weeks or months. Biologists debate what the stolen chloroplasts do for their kidnappers besides provide a pretty green tinge. Yusa, however, has linked the looted chloroplasts to such consequential matters as improved reproduction. If chloroplasts are more than cosmetic, maybe that energy boost is what a severed head needs to get more than a head.
That's fascinating.
Great finish. But that's pretty interesting because
that's utterly fascinating.
Maybe they're they're using photosynthesis.
Right,
Maybe they're holding on to it and actually using the same technology that all plants use
to exploit the chlorophyllic acetate from the oils in a plant that doesn't have cell walls. Is I was wondering how it was happening. Obviously, with certain calcified bone structures and exoskeleton metazoas, it's almost impossible to do that. But with plants, it's almost every plant you can splice, and almost every farmer is doing grafting with plants.
But this is the first time I've seen anything along the lines of an animal.
Well, tardigrades use They use
little
chloroplast.
mini bears.
Yeah, the water bears. Or
Water bears.
I like tardigrade because it sounds like Tartaria. But yeah,
True.
they are.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I'm biased. But like they do that. But they're not as complicated. I mean, they're complicated, but they're not as complex.
They're actually eating plants and taking those chloroplats and using them as well.
They have to exploit their the environmental agents that are available.
Interesting.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
But also siphonophores and Pteroptoxis nocula, right?
Okay. What is that? What did you just say?
Those are two kinds of jellyfish.
Oh, okay.
So one is an immortal jellyfish, and the other is actually a clan of jellyfish. So
I've heard of this immortal jellyfish.
yeah, so I think that's you could look up immortal jellyfish because I'm afraid the name is slightly different than I'm saying.
Now,
Pteroptoxis
immortal, like never dies?
well,
immortal?
You could kill the Highlander, right? But like if you didn't, then they live forever. So they don't have.
So it's basically the elder Highlander jellyfish.
They don't lose telomeric.
Just say
clipping.
yes, because it sounds so cool.
It is. It's exactly.
Does
that.
it carry a sword?
I mean, have you seen the tentacles?
No, but I'm excited.
They're way worse than swords.
I'm looking this up.
Like if
I'm
you get like a
keep telling us about
look
it.
at a SEM, like a scanning electron microscopic picture of like jellyfish talons on their. I mean, they're violent. I don't know if you've ever been stung by like a giant jellyfish,
Whoa,
but it
look
hurts
at these
a lot.
things.
I like almost passed out once in Mexico because I got wrapped.
I mean, and these are really poisonous, or what?
I mean, I haven't ever like. Just the size alone.
How big are they? I can't really. There's no real way to tell.
They can get to be like 16, 20 feet long. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's way bigger than I'm seeing here. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
Like, there's no human there to like, and then the deep blue sea. Like, how do you compare sizes?
Those talons. Those I'm sorry, like the tentacles.
Yeah.
They have talons on them. Those dig into you and they rip you, and it hurts like nothing else.
I believe
it's
that.
the worst possible thing.
Dang.
That is,
So wait, now
squid
they use photosynthesis also, or what?
No,
or eat algae and use the same kind of stuff.
Exactly. They eat algae in order to get to the chloroplast.
It's interesting though. It's like the snail or the sea slug has no stomach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's still nibbling on it and using that technology that the plant has.
Well,
I call it technology, but
a stomach is a technology too. But it's like, so for the most part, a stomach becomes more valuable when you're starting to get closer to shore. So even in like deep sea, if you're moving around and you're bringing food with you, it's a reserve system. But like in the original metazoas, like early life, like you have single-celled organisms start to ally, and so you have like a chain of single-celled organisms, and then the chain becomes a mouth. Because it has like we'll be here, and that way if something comes in between us, it'll be like a bay for food to get stuck in, and then eventually they're like, okay, well we're gonna start to close that occasionally, so you need to start being the digestive. We'll just bring you stuff to digest, and then once you're going on land, they have like the cardiovascular system is actually bringing a saline solution. Blood is very much like seawater.
Interesting.
And so it's just so you can keep an ocean in your gut while you're going around.
That is a cool present. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool to think about.
I know, yeah, we have an ocean in us.
Yeah.
Actually, we have slightly more sodium and magnesium than the ocean does, but mainly we think because it used to have that amount before glacial melting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So pretty much all land mammals then would.
Oh, I mean everything on land. Yeah. But like also
that's
then,
awesome.
You know about blue blood crabs, right?
It sounds familiar. Like they're used for. I know they're used for some sort of like medicinal.
Yeah.
Something.
So,
right.
I mean, like everything. So right now they use it for COVID treatments and like.
I thought so.
They're like $100,000 crabs, but they were the rich people have been using them for millennia,
of course,
centuries at least. And like,
for what?
Well, so the deal is with blood, it's oxygenation makes it rust. So iron rusts because of the oxygen. It gets this red color.
Okay.
But if you had copper will go green blue when it oxidizes. Ox copper, we call it. It's like when an orange brown roof becomes green. When your penny becomes green, it's because that's what will happen if it was if you had nanoscopic copper instead of iron in the saline solution, because that's what's holding on to the oxygen so that it can come through your bloodstream like bubbly water, and it gets brings the oxygen around the system. Copper lasts longer than iron. The iron will break down faster.
So the blue crabs have a lot of copper in their blood?
They have exclusively copper blood instead of having iron blood.
And that's why it's blue.
Yeah. And imagine if we were to, if we could put that into us, for instance, if you could have, in the future, we might have titanium blood. So titanium blood would be amazing. Imagine your heart.
Titanium blood. Do tell us.
I mean, if your heart stopped, right? Like, say your heart stops.
Okay, that's not what I'm not excited about that.
Well, but hear me. I mean, Dick Cheney doesn't even have a heartbeat, right? He has like a turbine that just spins. No, that's a literal. No, literally, he has a turbine instead of a heart.
Like he doesn't have a heart anymore?
No, he has a machine.
Replaced?
He is a machine that spins like a propeller.
Oh, snaps.
Like a squid has a jet. Yeah. But
okay, go on.
What you would do is you replace your iron-based blood with titanium-based blood, and then if your heart were to stop, like maybe tomorrow or the next day, you call the doctor.
Hey, my heart stopped working.
A couple days ago, I had a problem, and then they're like, "Oh, don't worry, just can you come in next week or the week after? We have something this week, but come in next week, and we'll and then they just replace your blood. We'll do a dialysis system.
But the blood also brings oxygen to all your muscles to work.
But so what you do is you bring huge amounts of oxygen that are stored because the surface dense. So when something's smaller, there's less volume, right?
Okay.
But if it's smaller, there's more surface area. So the more surface area, you have more of these titanium bubbles. It's like ping pong balls. You have tinier ping pong balls with more oxygen. So you can actually oxygenate your body like far more.
Yeah,
right?
but if it's not moving, how is it supposed to oxygenate it?
Oh, it can still move.
But the heart is what moves the blood around.
Yeah, but once it gets into place, you'd be able to hold your breath for like days, not instead of just a minute. Like it would be enough oxygen at the time.
I'm gonna need more proof on that.
I mean, yeah, that's like a huge thing in medicine right now. Is,
I am actually very interested to hear about titanium blood, but let's talk about more chopping off of things' heads.
Oh yeah.
But in a more ancient fashion.
Uh-oh.
All right, this is the Aztec gods thing. Check this out. This story is kind of nuts. All right, California Public Schools Ethics Studies proposes chants to Aztec gods of human sacrifice and cannibalism. Now, this is a real story. This is not satire. I can't believe this is real. It really is. All right.
I can.
Someone from California, by the way,
totally.
just to let you all know, this guy is from California.
This fits our narrative. I feel it.
He's from there. Anyway, let's read about it. The proposed curriculum calls for decolonization of American society and establishing ethnic religious symbolism by introducing students to prayers to Aztec gods. My goodness. Public schools prohibit Christian prayers, but a new program proposed by California under the title of Ethnic Studies will see a curriculum that calls for decolonization of American society and establishing ethnic religious symbolism by introducing students to prayers to Aztec gods. It is reported that the curriculum includes an ethnic studies community chant in which students appeal to the Aztec gods, including the god of human sacrifice, for the power to become warriors for social justice. Oh my gosh. Just saying it out loud was difficult. This is being understood as a means of forcing students to chant to the Aztec gods of human sacrifice and cannibalism. The curriculum, if approved, will affect the state's entire primary and secondary education system, which consists of 10,000 public schools serving a total of 6 million students. The curriculum obtained by the media shares that the solution is to name, speak to, resist, and transform the hegemonic Eurocentric neo-colonial condition for transformational resistance. My goodness, sound familiar?
Yeah. I know. I was about to say I know all these words.
Is this bringing up nightmares from childhood?
I can cite who made them up.
Oh my gosh! And this is the third version of the draft that many have claimed that this version is a lot better than the first version that was presented in 2019.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness!
For all the
thoughts?
Questions,
any thoughts?
For all the questions you still had, now we have Aztec, son of Aztec God goes west. Well, okay, a couple questions. I do have a couple questions. I swear. So. Hey, I gotta say a couple things about this that is awesome. So, and to your audience's credit, I think some of them are gonna look into some of this stuff. So I'll say, like, if you're interested in Eurocentricity and you want to like see it from the perspective of someone who really believes our society's educational system is designed to benefit Europeans only, then like you can get to the core of where that argument comes from, and that's a man named Ward Churchill, who has been canceled before cancel culture had become a thing yet. I think almost in 2010 or 12.
Wait, and he was the one teaching what?
He's a Native American who went through Ivy League education and decided that Eurocentric as in to say centered ideology around European values was too pervasive in how we educate, and that there are better ideas of how to educate around the world. For instance, Japan has a really excellent educational system that we can learn a lot from. The Arabs, the Africans, Timbuktu is the oldest university in the world still running, and the way it used to go was a forum. So like in an education forum, it's like in any forum you exchange like, sorry, this is like moving. Like there's a marketplace, like a common ground, and then you can exchange property or intellectual property, ideas or anything can be exchanged. So you would find, professors, people that are professing things with expertise, things they have experience in, right? And so someone who has experience would then advocate, and then there would be people that would learn from them. So
that's how it should be.
And that's not Eurocentric. So Eurocentricity is an issue because of the Jesuit
I don't know if I agree with that though.
The Jesuit Catholics made orphanages out of a lot of people into
Wait
schools.
A minute. Hold on.
That is a problem too.
So, for example, I know a little bit more something about the Swedish school system, which is pretty dope.
Yeah.
They've got trade high schools.
Yeah.
They've got musical high schools. Nisha went to a musical high school. She knew she wanted to get into music, so her high school was a music-based high school.
Yeah. Scandinavian values.
So they prep you to a life that you're going to live in high school, not just give you some sort of generic BS education that you end up like not remembering half of it, and then 40% of it you will never use because it's pointless. And then you like end up doing something that has nothing to do with anything you learned in high school.
That's trade education. So trade education.
Well, that's a whole different story though. That's learning a trade, learning how to weld, learning how to, carpentry or electricity.
Learning how to do radio or learning communications is also a trade. And they're trying to make it so that we can stop. I mean, the first couple of generations of experimentation, it's like film degree. But eventually
they got rid of all that.
They want to. You should.
They got rid of high school or radio classes?
No, I'm sorry. I mean, they should get rid of film degrees and they should put it in high school. So where I come from.
Okay, there I agree with.
We still do have TV academies in our, my
But in high school though?
Yeah, our high school had like a TV station.
Cool.
Like for kids in the school to watch.
Yeah, high school is not the same now than it was.
True.
When I.
Oh God.
How old are you? Do you mind?
I'm 3,000. No, I'm 32.
In your 30s?
Jeez, I just turned 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're young still. You're young. But even still, if you remember having that in high school, that means you were lucky because a lot of schools. Even me being almost 40, well, I'm 37.
My God, man.
But when I was in high school, I remember. I mean, I had there was a newspaper and there was wood shop.
Right.
Like, what happened to wood shop? They don't have wood shop anymore. People don't use saws in high school. Like, that's too much of a risk.
That's terrifying to think. I mean, my high school.
I had archery. I had archery in middle school. Did you ever shoot bows? It's like they just got rid of all this stuff, and it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I get it, but snowplow parenting is going to make snowflakes for kids.
I think part of the problem is people want a prison system still for their kids to go to a lot.
Maybe.
And also because of this kind of Rockefeller idea of I only want 3 people to interview. I wanted to have at least 3 people as an employer that I can interview who are desperate for the job, and then I can pick between the 3. I think that's a big part of why our education system is so messed up.
Yeah.
But there is a problem with this sort of French Catholic 19th century educational system that we've instilled in the United States. It's not the best system. And
agreed.
And we could look at a lot of the problems that you're pointing to as problems associated with Eurocentricity.
I don't want my kids going to school here.
Yeah, I mean, we need to
in America. Definitely not.
We need to fix it in general, though, like to be an education where, like you can choose most of the things you want, but where it becomes complicated is, and this is what this was a long rant around this one question: are they asking kids to actually do these prayers, or are they just showing them the prayers, like teaching them what the culture did, and like in the history book it's written down?
Because we can dig into it more.
Well, it's like I wouldn't have ever learned the Mayan calendar if they were like to have hidden it from school. And I was really like shocked to find out.
You learned it in school?
Yeah, because in 7th grade we had a class on like the Mayans.
Now, was that your teacher specifically that did that?
In the book.
Or was it curriculum?
It was in the book, and it was something they weren't going to address, but it was written in the book.
See, we have to get over the fact that humans are not factory workers.
Right.
We are not. We're explorers. We are conquerors. I mean, get angry all you want. I don't care. We are. We're going to go conquer space soon. That's going to be a thing. We are not factory workers. Guess what? We created robots that can do all of the factory work that we've been doing. We can create warehouses that just grow food, all types of food with 3D. Like 3D, I want to say 3D printing technology, but it's just that same system.
Hydroponic vertical agriculture.
Exactly.
I mean, God,
robots.
Ian and I talk about this stuff for years. We've been trying to figure out what are we going to do to save the
world.
world.
I don't want to get sidetracked though.
Sorry.
Let me finish my point. So kids nowadays, our education system is prepping them to become factory workers.
Yeah.
And we gotta let go of that.
Are going away.
We should have gotten rid of it, even if factories were a thing, even if that was a job that we could have had. I mean, kids themselves, we're forcing them, and them showing them, you need to do this, is just almost them pushing. It feels like the same as masks. It's seeing how far they can push us to control us,
right?
To now control our kids. Like, all right, if you're white, you're racist. And now chant this, ancient Aztec war chant to the god of sacrifice.
It's like there's so many interesting cultures in South America and Latin America. They could have
just stay here with me.
Sorry, I didn't even know.
Don't worry about the cameras.
There's so many. Yeah, right. There's so many people worshiping the jaguar or worshiping
jaguar is a dope animal.
Wind spirit, or there's a lot
the wind is an amazing thing.
Or grandmother energy and grandfather energy in the Lakota. Why are they picking a group that during a plague and a parasite, which is what happened, that they ended up having a famine and started sacrificing themselves, and they were already the most war-torn group in Latin culture.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are people that, like, by the time the Westerners, conquistadors arrived, and we've heard plenty of stories of how terrible they were killing their own kids.
Hey, but look at this though. If you take a step back, they're also trying to teach these people that white people are terrible and that they're colonizers. And what did the colonizers do to the Aztec?
Well, they married into them, for one thing.
Well, sure, but what is the story that goes? They conquered them.
Well,
and they just decimated their population.
The story goes.
Sure, it was already a problem because you know a little bit more about it. It seems.
Well, just the Aztecs thought they were gods.
Yeah.
So they had a prophecy saying that this famine was going to happen, and then there was going to be a group of, flying or coming across the water, giants in silver suits with furry faces, and et cetera. And it's like, okay, well, that pretty much sums up the conquistadors.
Right.
But also this idea of white, Pink Floyd, we're not white, we're pink. And this idea of this homogenized fascistic white beam coming out of the Dark Side of the Moon poster, that's the white. And it seems like that's what they want to instill, is this homogenized, UN Babylon culture.
I haven't even finished reading this, and I just glanced over here, and I'm just going to read. Just look at this. Listen. The model curriculum instructs teachers to help students challenge racist, bigoted, discriminatory, imperialist, colonial beliefs and critique white supremacy. I'm not even surprised.
Yeah.
That's where they're going with this. Of course. Trying to create little mini social justice warriors, trying to convince them that the world is racist. It's like, you are creating racists.
If the Aztecs believed that their gods were giant white people, then what is that? How is that fighting it? That's like enforcing it more.
That's exactly what I was telling you. These are the people that are the most racist people I know. I don't see racism. Only time I see it is through the mouths of these people trying to push it on everyone else. No, you're racist because of your skin. Like, no, you're racist because you're calling me racist because of my skin.
Yeah.
Don't you see? Like, they don't.
Because they're colorblind. I'm just kidding.
But no, they're not colorblind. They're not at all. They definitely see it. I mean, I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
Literally, actually. I'm actually colorblind.
No way.
That's the joke, dude. Because I actually am colorblind.
Wait, are you really?
Yeah, I am.
What? That's a trip. Interesting.
But I mean, it's not like your shirt is,
man.
black and, I mean, maybe. I mean, it's.
You have no idea.
I'll tell you what.
I'm the most
that looks like a blue. Is it blue?
This part?
Yeah, is that blue?
That's some blue, yeah.
Okay. Is this, what is this? Let me see.
Green? You know what's trippy, guys?
Hold on, let's do this.
So usually what happens is colorblind people think that green is brown.
Is this green?
This shirt's actually brown.
Wait, is this green?
I'm messing with him by wearing a brown shirt.
Is this green?
I swear it's brown.
And that's brown.
These are both brown. This is tan and this is dark brown. You just blew my mind. I had a website designer.
See, my eyes work differently than yours.
That's true.
And that's okay.
I had a web designer who found out he was colorblind because of my life. He's like, wow, I had no idea until I knew there were so many colors through you. But yeah, you might not
are
know
a
them.
very colorful person.
You too.
It's no. You're colorful. I wear black with one splotch of color.
Your aura, though.
That's how I do it. Well, I'll take that compliment. Thank you very much. All right, look. We you have to come on again.
Oh my god.
Because you're a lot of fun. Thank you for joining. Thank you for doing. We got to get into some super chats because we are done with our segments and we've already gone over time, which is fantastic. That just means we're having a good conversation as far as I'm concerned. All right. Robert Wild says, I'll be getting my Adam mug, the best you can ever buy. No mug can touch it. Soon today is my niece's birthday. Reese, she will be 10. Have a blessed night, Adam. Thank you very much, Robert, and happy birthday, Reese, and an Adam mug. I like that. Actually, it's just a Crigler coffee mug.
That's made in USA.
Have you seen this thing?
Oh yeah, look for the Union label.
Check this out. This is the Crigler coffee.
I didn't touch it yet. Oh, it's so
Feel
girthy,
that.
Right? It
Whoa.
has this like it feels,
he said it.
I did.
It really is.
But look at the base.
Made in America, baby.
Yeah, it's not made on Done-to-Win. It's real.
This is it's nice.
It's a really nice. It's not.
And my mom designed that.
Really?
Yeah, she drew that.
Wow.
Yeah, she came up with that. Shout out to my mom. She's always in chat. I love you, Mom.
Really like the logo.
It's great, right?
Yeah.
I even have stickers. Check this out.
Is it mistletoe?
Look at a second.
Like, is it a shield with mistletoe?
No, that's actually a coffee plant.
Oh,
that's what they look
okay.
like. So those are actual coffee beans.
Dude, I love it when I
with a
learn
little
something.
coffee bean on top. So yeah, it's good. I
Art.
like it.
It's
and
rad.
established 2020 is kind of 2020. It was like a very memorable year because Crigler Coffee was established. That's the only reason. All right, the only reason. All right.
Nothing else happened.
Hey, you know what? My chat really likes you, man.
Aww.
I gotta say, check this out. This is Casperius. You know what? And
Casperius, how are you doing?
Shout out to Casperius.
Yeah.
All right. Xirtus, break a leg.
Aw, thank you.
Adam, the next roll of the die is a 5. I gets my shout out now. All right. Everyone's already guessing numbers. I'm not gonna guess it. I'm not gonna count it. I haven't rolled the die yet. All right. And you know what? I'm not gonna roll the die. I'm gonna have you go ahead, grab one of them dies.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You're gonna roll it right over here.
Okay.
All right. Xirtus is rolling the die. Y'all know the deal. The dice has been rolled. I'm sorry, Casperius. It's not a 5.
Oh, sorry. It looked like it was from my angle, but
Okay. So I'm wow. All right. This is kind of cool. I know it hasn't been rolled, but Trent K91 says the answer is 10.
Wow.
And
good
no
job.
one ever says 10.
Good job, Trent.
It is 10.
Yeah. I was trying to.
Congratulations, Trent. That was cool. You
you
rolled it. I saw that it was a 10, and I looked right at that comment, and I was like, whoa, that was weird. So that's kind of fun. Love it when that happens. All right, let's see. Jason Axelrod says, I don't know what triggers me more, Xirtus' shirt or him wearing his watch on the wrong hand.
I'm left-handed, so it's not on the wrong hand.
Ha! Joke's on you. He's left-handed, so it is on the correct hand. He writes with his left hand.
That's why I have such a good memory, because I have to like cover up what I'm writing all the time and remember it.
Oh, interesting. I didn't think about that.
As I think why, I swear.
Huh. Yeah, that's cool. I don't think, because I'm right-handed, so
Yeah, lucky you.
I guess.
You should learn Arabic just to make it equal.
Why?
Because then you cover your,
Because it goes the other way?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You know.
I had no idea. All right, Mavis says, I did call this Adam to the moon. Mav, I think you did. I think you're the one who called it. Actually, it might have been Mavis. Mavis, I don't know if it's Mavis or Mavis, but either way, you did call it. I'm pretty sure that was you who said that I wasn't going to join on the Inspiration 4, but I'm probably going to somehow win this trip around the moon. I mean,
people
I would probably cry a couple times.
You're gonna probably. So
I'll cry if I find. I almost cried today just at the excitement of thinking the possibility might be there.
Totally.
Very cool. I'm very excited about that.
We always joked at it back at Moffett Field and NASA and like Discovery University that like even if we weren't the first, our friends are gonna be the first, and so it just rings true. I'm so sure that if it would be you. It makes perfect sense.
That means a lot. I like that. Let's see. Nam Iron John became a member. Thank you so much, sir. Angleby says, welcome back, Xirtus. Welcome back. Good luck, Adam, to the moon. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Mark G says, don't give the Monkeys monies. It's been proven that they'll start a form of oldest profession. The monkey's money is bananas, though.
I'm a vegetarian gorilla. But yeah, wait.
Are you?
I mean, so wait, the monkey's profession. So do you know that they wicker basket weave fishing?
Is that what it was?
Well, now monkeys have learned. Some monkeys can weave baskets for fishing now because they've been taught. So when we teach them things, there's this thing, the 100th monkey, where like a monkey learns. 99 monkeys learn something. The 100th monkey, all of a sudden, monkeys everywhere start just getting it. It just becomes collective.
I haven't heard of that. That's kind of cool.
And it's real, and it happens a lot. So
I feel like that's a segment we can talk about.
Oh yeah, we could get tons of data on it. I don't want to just I'll get
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Let's see. Robert Wiles says, once I get your mug in the mail and I get the money, I'll order some of your coffee for my sis and brother. Since I don't drink it, have a blessed night. Thank you, Robert. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. KR became a member. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. White Lasagna says, is damning even a real swear? It's in the Bible. You don't know nowadays, right? Come on. I mean, who knows what triggers these people out there? I don't know, but who knows?
Beavers dam.
Okay, there you go. They create dams.
Yeah.
But they don't dam.
They don't dam things up? Okay.
Maybe they do. There's like a beaver out there like, oh, damn that guy.
Especially like French
like,
Canadian.
wait,
I can see a Quebec beaver doing that,
Just a pissed off beaver.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark G says, Adamcast IRL is known for spreading radicalism with your kickflips, half pipes, and teaching young kids to skateboard.
Yeah, true.
It's true. I did teach kids how to skateboard.
You are pretty radical.
In the most Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles form, right?
And mathematically, radical is like a root concept. Yeah, you're radical.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Let's see. Ryan says, I'm so glad you had Xirtus back, and he sounds okay today.
You guys helped.
I heard him on Tinfoil Hat the other day. Keep fighting for the head of Mount Rushmore of Tinfoil Hat.
Yeah, right?
I don't know what this is about.
Well, because
tell us.
If you go and you look up Xirtus, especially if you use your GIF keyboard, like I'm all these memes of myself deepfaked.
Okay.
And so like people
you
say
really do.
My face looks like a statue, and then he says that they should put me on Mount Rushmore, like the other head should be my face. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's quite an honor.
I'll take it. Yeah, why not?
See, the internet loves you.
I mean, they don't know any better.
That may be true. Both things could be true. Let's see here. Jim Bob says, your boy is killing it this go. Last time he was nervous. It's in quotes. So I'm just quoting because it was in quotes there.
Call it what you want, man.
Happens to everyone. Lets us know you're human. Really enjoy watching growth.
We were talking about how thank you.
Cheers, mate.
We were talking about how like the Illuminati is shooting the house with these ray guns. But the problem is, I wasn't wearing my protective underpants.
And I always wear my protective underwear.
He has his tin bikini.
Tin bikini.
It's
true. Or banana hammock.
Banana hammock.
I call it the tin banana hammock.
Stainless steel, maybe even.
No, it's tin. It's
That's
aluminum.
Better.
Aluminum foil.
Because you can't wear silver. That's right.
I can't wear the same one more than once.
Yeah.
You know, I'm allergic to non-silver metals.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually allergic to nickel alloy. I can't wear cheap
it gets all
cheap
green
jewelry.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the worst. Let's see here. Jim Bob again says, speaking of marine life, grabbed a bearded fireworm when I was a kid at St. Thomas. Google that one. Wasn't fun. Like a blowtorch on my hand for hours. All right, we're looking that up right now. Hold on.
St. Thomas and the Virgin
Bearded
Islands?
fireworm. Let's see what this bearded fireworm looks like. Whoa. Why would you grab that?
Yeah, I mean, it looks
Hey,
beautiful,
this thing, yeah, caterpillars,
Yeah.
You pick up caterpillars. It looks like an underwater caterpillar. So I could see that.
Is it soft? I'm assuming it's
It
soft.
does. Well, it looks soft.
Yeah.
But that probably just burns when you get those. It's probably like burrs,
Yeah. Dude, I
That's,
one time got a sea anemone,
Jeez.
or sea urchin.
Yeah.
I got a sea urchin stuck in my foot.
Oof.
It
Like
was
you
like-
stepped on it?
Yeah, and it went like
Brutal.
It was like a summer of love right there. And it was like yeah, pretty bad.
That sucks.
It all worked out. I can still walk.
Let's see. John L. says, if that Aztec lunacy comes to my schools, I'm going to get absolutely sloshed on campus and claim I'm worshiping Dionysus.
That's what we do here, baby. Got Bacchus. But
I like your attitude, John.
You should do that, but like also understand that's exactly what California is. You
What?
know? That's what we
Yeah.
do. Like
Pleasure Island?
No, I mean like at this point we worship Gadget Hackwrench from Rescue Rangers and we create weird religions for fun because of how messed up society is. Be careful getting sloshed in California.
Well, he's not in California, luckily, so
Right.
I think
Good
he's
for
in
you,
New
John.
York.
Lucky
John
you.
L. again says, or demand admin sacrifice to a bull to Sol Invictus.
Yeah, dude, Spain. These guys get it. I like it.
Well, he's a historian, actually.
Oh,
so
dude, hang out.
You probably like John a lot.
You had me at Sol and Bacchus.
Zacchaeus and Brannigan Deeds. CDC stated mask mandates made no difference in cases or death from those who didn't have a mandate. Link CDC and to the CDC website. Right? Yep, that's true.
What's it going to matter if we start sacrificing people anyway?
Because they're going to start sacrificing the people that don't wear masks.
Yeah, they want you to be
oh, you didn't
healthy
get a
for the
vaccine?
sacrifice.
I found one. Burn the witch.
That's like the best excuse for like sterilizing before execution is that you have to be clean for sacrifice.
Oh, gosh.
All right, I'm done.
Thank you. Nani says, wonderful to see you, Xirtus. Love ya. Congratulations to Apoc. He won coffee, but like the dice, really won nothing and a kick from Discord for asking. Actually, no, Nani. That is completely inaccurate. You guys were all trolling my channels and was asked and went about it in the most rude way possible and got booted for being a troll and being completely rude in my Discord. And those kind of people aren't really allowed anymore. And I'm kind of sick of dealing with children. So I'm kind of over that kind of attitude.
It's also like
it's this kind of childish nature that I was dealing with, and I'm kind of over it. So you sound rather childish with that super chat, but thank you for the money. I appreciate that.
But they will probably get the Discord destroyed if they kept in it. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you want everyone to have a good time, you can't have that kind of stuff.
Yep, absolutely. I have no more patience for children. Adam Johnson said, well, that aren't mine. Anyway, let me add that in. Let's see. Adam Johnson said, if you haven't, by the time you get this, talk about Greater Tartary. Okay,
we'll make it happen.
Look, I got this. Yeah, I got this. There will be another show about it. You have actually come to me and you're like, dude, I'm gonna have printouts. I'm gonna have laser cuts. I'm gonna have what else did you say?
Bells and whistles.
Bells and whistles. All sorts of good stuff.
The 30-foot map of all time ever.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So yeah, don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. James T. Kirk says, Andreas Xirtus co-host?
I'm definitely a great guest, right? I tried.
Oh, no.
The Adam cast.
No, that's not just a guest, though.
Oh, yeah? Well,
that wasn't a great guest. That was co-host.
Oh, that's sexy. I like the sound of it. Like, keep me around. I'm happy to be around.
When you, we'll just say when you weren't here anymore a couple months back, it was sad.
Aw.
The energy in the house went down.
Aw.
And to have you back is pretty cool.
So sweet.
So it's good. It's good to have him back. Rob says, Adam, since I can't personally make you a cocktail, stupid COVID closed my job, I would love to come up with a recipe to send you. What other spirits are you into besides scotch? Well, sure, there's rye. I also like bourbon. I do. I really just drink whiskey. I really am not into other spirits. It has to. Sometimes I'll like a good high quality vodka with well, actually, technically, it would be I like olive juice with a little bit of vodka in it.
Word.
I like my dirty martinis.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the dirty martinis. But that's pretty much it.
You don't like your sake?
That wasn't for me. Yeah, that was actually brought over from the other house.
Interesting.
And yeah, maybe I'll have a little sake with you tonight.
I'm a fan.
I know you like the sake.
That's true.
So. And I like to say sake.
I know, sake it to me.
I was a big Austin Powers fan.
Still am.
Random story. Me and my mom, I know she's in chat. What up, Mom? Mom, you and I don't know if you remember this. We did the entire script we like said the whole script like of Austin Powers when she was driving me to school one morning. And I was totally late. And we just did the whole, we were like, let's see how far we can go. And we went from like line 1 and we just did the whole movie because we just had seen it so many times. It was hilarious. Love you, Mom. Let's see. Mavis says, it was me that called it. I said just going to space was for losers. You're going to be the first civilian to go to the moon. Only the best for Adam. Thank you, Mavis. I appreciate that a lot. You're fantastic. And wouldn't that be awesome? I have a little tiny guitar and I had to respond with more of a, a letter saying like, why should we pick you essentially? And in it, I said, because I would write a song, I would bring my guitar and I'd be playing music for everybody in the space shuttle. And like, just the thought of that is like, oh, I gotta like write a couple songs in space, on the dark side. I would see the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
It's
But you'd still be in Earth's gravitational orbit.
Yeah.
You're not leaving the.
No, that's quite a far distance away.
Kind of interesting that the moon is in our own ionosphere still.
Yeah, but it would be in the spaceship, or the starship that he's working on right now.
Totally.
That I've seen blow up a few times, but it's in 2 years. It's in 2 years.
They're working. I mean, dude, that thing is going to be.
It's a stainless steel can.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing, dude. I can't wait. Stellium says best guest ever.
Stellium 7.
Stellium 7.
Stellium, what's up, buddy?
All right, what up, Stellium? How you doing? Got a nice reaction. Tell us about Stellium. Who's that?
He's a really intelligent. You should check out his channel. He does really interesting things on biology and geology.
Ooh, I'd like it.
So one time I went to Spain and we climbed through a mountain that looks like a giant elephant.
You say through a mountain.
So we went spelunking into this mountain.
And one of my favorite words, by the way.
Yeah, totally.
I love it. Well, for those who don't, spelunking means cave exploration,
going into these caverns and things. So this elephant-looking mountain, and I'm like,
cool.
It looks like an elephant, right? And he's like, yeah, doesn't it? Interesting. Like, he's got this thought that it's like some sort of a living thing, and so he looks for all these stones that they basically look like natural biological hearts.
Cool.
And it's because all kinds of things live in rock and geology and biology are
So it was the heart of the elephant mountain.
Well, we went through the eye into the lung. Chest cavity, and it was like if this tiny passage was the eye, it would lead through the nasal passage into a chest cavity, and it did. And
cool.
It was just really interesting because we're like, this better be a giant elephant or else we're in trouble. But
turns out it's a snake.
But he's got some really interesting videos, and he's a great guy.
That's awesome. All right, the Truth Fairy says, great show, best redo episode ever.
Aw, thanks, Truth Fairy. We all love you.
And it's the Truth Fairy, so obviously it's the truth.
I actually follow Truth Fairy on TikTok.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Pretty good.
That's cool. Dr. Fox says, hey, Adam. Yep, still alive. Awesome show today. Great to know that your wife didn't kill you, Dr. Fox. I'm really happy to know that. Dr. Fox is an ardent supporter of mine, always showing up on Twitch and dropping some subs.
Epic.
Thank you, Dr. Fox. I appreciate you a lot. Let's see. Dermloft says, your show is beastly, Adam. Thanks for the content. Sending love from Ireland. Very cool.
Nice.
We got someone out in Ireland. It's late right now in Ireland, isn't it?
We love the emerald.
It's the middle of the night right now. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that.
Slangy.
Chrissy says to Mama Crigler, thanks for your boy. You did good. You heard it, Mom? I'm assuming you did. I don't know.
Thanks,
but
Mom.
thank you, and you're the best. And awesome. Well, thanks for joining. That was a lot of fun. And I hope you had fun. You seemed way more relaxed, and I really wanted that.
It took a couple minutes, but you got me grounded again. So yeah,
try to,
it was awesome.
Try to keep you down there,
Yeah, I think we're doing amazing things, and it was interesting to talk to your audience too.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we can get Stellium in on an episode.
That'd be rad.
Stellium 7 sounds cool.
He's got some things about space though. He's like kind of.
I love space.
But he's questions.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
People try to do that all the time. Do you know that most of it is CGI? And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. And do you believe it's not real? Do you believe space doesn't exist? Some people do.
Yeah. He's a flat earther.
Well, I would love to chat with him, honestly.
Yeah, well, dude,
Stellium, I know you're out there.
There you go.
So,
talk to
Byron Banks says, booze money for Zur. Your YouTube video on Shrek is awesome.
Oh my god, I almost wanted to bring it up because you were.
Go ahead, bring it up. What are we talking about?
What did you talk about that led to that? You're talking about Mike Myers. Mike Myers.
Right.
So Shrek Satanism is all about Smash Mouth and about how California has stepped.
Hold on. Start over.
Shrek is
a little slower.
Okay, so
Shrek Satanism Smash Mouth.
Yes.
What?
That's like the title of the video. But okay, so.
Where did we just go now?
In Californian culture, we've gotten Satanists into our daycares, and at a certain point, Satanists have created a thing called the Temple of Set, where they want to get Satan and Jesus and Judeo-Christian mythology.
Wait, Set isn't that the Egyptian god of
chaos?
Chaos.
Yeah, so
okay.
There's Seth and Ma'at. Ma'at is order. So basically, they wanted to get away from the Judeo-Christian symbolism, and so what's better than getting away from even Egyptian symbolism and just making new symbolism for using children's art? And so in 1989, a book came out called Shrek, which means the fright in Yiddish in German.
Okay.
And Anton LaVey, his daughter, Xena, changed her name, she renounced her father, and married a guy named Shrek. And so
his name was Shrek.
Yeah. And so he was the guy who interviewed Charles Manson, has all the Charles Manson documentary footage. And there's a compelling argument that Charles Manson is Donkey in the Shrek story. Like, I swear, it sounds...
Oh, okay, wait. Is that on your YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so for those who want to check this out, in the description below, I've got your Twitter and his YouTube channel where you can check it out. And
I'm going to give him my Odyssey and library, too. Yeah.
I'm sure if I think it's on your Twitter handle.
Right. Yeah.
You can link up through that.
Totally.
So
YouTube
it's
and Odyssey,
definitely down there.
I have some extra videos on Odyssey I don't have on YouTube.
Cool. Dylan says you have multiple Irish peeps here. Nice.
Dude.
What up, Dylan?
Go Ireland.
All right. I've never been, and I really would love to go. Really do. I really want to get over there.
Kiss that Blarney, man.
Let's see. Rob Ingram says, dude, I'll DM you a recipe on Twitter. Be on the lookout for a DM from Critical American. Well, my Twitter DMs are not open. But maybe on Instagram, or actually join my locals page.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a great way to get a hold of me. I try to read everything that everyone posts, and especially the supporters from my. Definitely, if you support me on my locals and give me a post that's supporter only, I definitely read all of those. So if you want to really get a hold of me there, that would be the best place, I think, instead of Twitter. Twitter is like. I poke my head in and just kind of look, and then I kind of walk away from it. At least that's how I'm trying to do that more and more. Not really go into Twitter as much anymore because it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you want to get
Twitter's a crazy place.
Give them some positivity and leave. You know?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining, and Andreas, thank you for joining.
Thanks so much.
It was a
so
pleasure.
much fun.
Definitely gonna have to have you on again.
I'm excited. I feel great.
All right, we'll do this. Sounds good. All right, well, everyone, I will be on later tonight, and tune in tomorrow. I have the one and only Zuby Music joining me for an interview. It's going to be great. I'm really excited. I haven't announced it yet, but it's official. Tomorrow, Zuby's going to be on the show, and we're going to be talking about some stuff. Here, the man behind the screen, one last super chat says, Shrek, Satanism, Smash Mouth, and Set smushed with California culture? You know, as Californian myself, I can't say any of that surprises me.
You got to see my DuckTales trilogy too, man. It's all about Egyptian mysticism as well.
All right. And on that note, we are out of here. Everyone, have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time.
Blessings.